Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be having a proper look at this Fazley Sunset Series Tortoise. We're going to have a look at the specs, hear some tones and see what other options there are in this price range which could be a good option for you. You may have seen my previous video with the unboxing and first impressions on this guitar which didn't go too well, but we've since had an update from Backshop and now all is better. Links in the description for the Backs update video and unboxing videos. Right, let's get to it. Here's the specs. The spec list for the Sunset Series Tortoise. We have a poplar body, potentially tulip poplar, depending on which spec sheet you go off of. Backs provide two spec sheets on their site. This particular colour is Olympic white with a high gloss finish. The pickguard is listed on the spec sheet as faux tortoise shell, not real tortoise shell, which is a huge relief. The spec sheet also says that it's semi-acoustic. Not sure how accurate that is. I'd say it's more chambered. Speaking of which, the weight of this one is a super light 6.1 pounds and the body thickness is 41mm. That's right, I interchange metric and imperial because guitars. The controls are one volume and one tone, three-way selector switch, a passive single coil in the bridge, and I think passive is usually code for ceramic on these. The spec sheet says it's a lipstick pickup in the neck, but I think something's just got lost in translation there, as it's clearly not. The hardware is listed as nickel plated, and we've got a nice Wilkinson WOT03 6-saddle bridge, and it's set up to accommodate the guitar's string-through body design. There's no option for top loading on this one if that's your thing, but you could always change that. Personally, I would not. We've got the very well contoured neck heel access here again. Great to see this on a T-type. This is progress, people. Bolt on, of course. The neck and fretboard are Canadian roasted maple, finished in satin gloss, which feels great. The fretboard looks so dark in comparison to the neck, it actually looks like it's some sort of rosewood. I've never seen such a contrast as drastic as this before, and I wonder if it was intentional. It's a modern C-shape, 25.5 inch scale length, 12 inch radius, with 22 medium jumbo frets and a 42mm Graph Tech Tusk XL nut. Yay! Finished off with nickel plated sealed tuners. Both spec sheets on backs have it listed as having 21 frets, but I counted them all 14 times, and 12 out of those 14 times I got a total of 22 frets. So there you go. It comes stock with 9-42 gauge strings and includes a Fazley branded gig bag with an unknown amount of padding, I'd guess less than 10mm. The spec sheets for these guitars just keep on giving, even with a recommendation of what style genre it's best suited for, which is soul and blues clean. So we'll certainly give that a go in the playing demo, which is coming up next. The pickup readings are: the bridge is 5.53k, bridge and neck together is 2.50k, and the neck is 4.49k. Now here's some tones. Each pickup position, clean and dirty, going through the Line 6 HX Stomp XL, direct into a Roland Go Mixer Pro X. The cleans are with a Fender twin style amp with a touch of reverb, and the dirty channel is two stacked overdrives, a TS9 type and an OCD type, with the same reverb applied as on the clean tones. Enjoy! Okay, so sound-wise, the pickups are not as bright and twangy as you would expect for a T-style guitar, but that might be a bonus for some. I kinda like these pickups. I think they're more than decent for the price, but there is a grounding issue going on somewhere, which makes a lot of noise until you make contact with a metal part. I have to admit I was on a high gain setting there, but because the mic's so far away from the amp, I wouldn't be able to pick it up otherwise. So I did exaggerate that a little bit. The tuners, once again, are the weakest part of the guitar. This is just one of the ways that they keep the cost down. Just upgrade them. It's really easy. You can get a drop-in set of replacement locking tuners for around 30 quid these days. Just do it. The fretboard is a much darker piece of roasted maple than the neck, and they've went with the black dots on here instead of a lighter colour, which would be better, because it's hard to see these in low light situations, like gigs perhaps. Right, on to some positives. I want to talk about my favourite feature of this guitar, and you know it's coming if you've seen any of my videos. I just love a sleek neck heel carve, and this has got one. This is so rare to see on a Thinline T style guitar, especially at this price point. In fact, let me know in the comments if you know of anything else that has this same feature for under £200 on a Thinline T style. I want to know. Another favourite feature is the weight. It's so light, which is pretty much the point of a Thinline telly anyway. Well done, Fazley. This particular finish, this aged white, Olympic white, whatever they're calling it, I think they're calling it Olympic white, it's not really for me, but it does also come in natural and sunburst. I think it would have to be the natural one for me. What does it cost? Well, it's supposed to cost £217, but it's currently reduced to £186. So what's the competition? Well, for £2 more at £188, we can get this Harley Benton TE69 TL hot rod. And it's got some pretty great specs for the price. An ash body for starters, and it also has a roasted maple neck. A stacked humbucker in the bridge with a coil split, but it's got the more traditional Telly 3-saddle bridge. I much prefer the 6-saddle Wilkinson bridge on this Fazley, and the Harley Benton also does not have the neck contour. For £169 there's the Antiquity TL-DLX, which obviously stands for Telephone Dulux. An ash body again, which is nice, but it's got that 3-saddle telly bridge again. No roasted maple on that one, and again no neck heel carve. And also for £169 you can get the East Coast T1 Thinline. That's also got an ash body, 6-saddle bridge, but it's not a Wilkinson, and it doesn't have the neck heel carve, and no roasted maple. So when you look at the competition, to me it looks like kind of a tie between this Fazley and the Harley Benton. It really just depends on which specs are most important to you. I kinda like a bit of both of them. So what do you think? The Fazley Sunset Series Thinline Tortoise. What specs are appealing to you? Or what's your deal breakers? Let me know in the comments. Which one would I go for? Well, that's a good question. I'd be quite tempted by this Fazley Tortoise in the natural finish, but I'd definitely be making some upgrades. I'd need to start again with this nut. Either replace it or take it out and take some off from the underside because it's a bit too tall. The string trees would have to be replaced. Probably change the pickups, definitely locking tuners, and you can have yourself a pretty awesome guitar for not a lot of cash. But it's a 12-inch radius, and for me, my F-style guitars has got to be 9.5 inch. I'm just a bit weird like that. So for me it would be none of the above, because all these models mentioned all have a 12-inch radius, which is pretty strange considering they're all F-style guitars, and the most common F-style guitars has a 9.5 inch radius. So we've got quite a unique spec list here on this style of guitar, and for this price, if you're not sensitive about the neck radius, then you never know, this might be ideal for you. And if you do order one of these and you have any issues with it, with the truss rod or anything like that, etc., then do get in touch with Bax and get them to sort it for you. I'm sure they'll do their best to remedy any issues swiftly. Right, if you've got this far and you liked the video, maybe you can give it a wee like, give it a wee thumbs up, but only if you've got the time. Don't want you to go out your way. Alright? Or if you've not subscribed to the channel yet, then maybe you could consider that. But then if you do that, there's a good chance that some of my other videos might start coming up on your feed. Is that a risk that you're willing to take? I'll let you think about it. Okay, thanks for watching. Until next time. See you later!